Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to get you thinking and feeling for your day. And we have a card again from the Earth Magic deck, which seems to be visiting us frequently lately. But let's start with our breaths. Nice deep belly breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop, in through the nose, out through the mouth, wiggling off the night, opening up your eyes wide. Good morning, Peggy. Welcome. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's just do a little tapping, okay? Waking everything up. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome, welcome. We're waking everything up. A little bit of tapping on the chest. Yes, rising and shining. Some tapping on the belly. We're going to do what we do in our yoga class with Bobby Silverstone. So you pat your belly and you go, I love my belly. And then you pat your butt. I love my butt. I love my belly. I love my butt. I love my belly. I love my butt. Waking everything up. All right. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Back to the chest. Good morning, Carolyn. And crowning your head, waking up your brain to be wise and strong today. There we go. Another nice deep breath. Let it go. A little more awake? Hopefully so. Don't have to rely just on that coffee, right? We've got other methods for waking ourselves up. So, again, Earth Magic. Interesting that this deck keeps visiting us. They pick us. We don't pick them, right? And I think today's card is interesting. It's certainly relevant to me. Hopefully it's relevant to all of you also. But let me show you. Actually, I want to show you the back of the card again because I just like reminding us, as above, so below, as within, so without. We are co-creating our world. Good morning, Cindy, waving to you. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome, welcome. So when we think about that, we are co-creating our world. Doesn't that give you more of a sense of agency? You influence this. You influence your life. You influence others' lives. So we might want to take a good look at that. Good morning, Janine. Welcome, welcome. So, and our card for today kind of fits in with that. It is fire, passion. So these are all the Earth Magic things. Good morning, Mel. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're all here. So let me read the card. Fire, passion. Since the dawn of mankind, we've been consumed by fire. As soon as early humans were able to make fire, it changed our lifestyle dramatically. Through its capacity to generate heat and light, fire made it possible to cook food, stay warm in cooler climates, and keep predators away at night. Of course, that huge furnace called the sun is the spark of life here on Earth, bringing not only the necessary warmth of this incredibly huge ball of fire, but also the life-giving rays of light emitted by that fire. In this card, I'll show you again. In this card, a man is enacting an ancient ceremonial fire dance originating from Samoa, at one time performed to ignite the passion of warriors before battle. Fire can inspire other passions as well. We speak of being on fire or catching fire, phrases signifying that we possess an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. No wonder that passion has come to be associated with fire. So what are the things about which you feel passion? And how recently have you felt that passion? Again, I get this feeling that there are a lot of people just sort of trudging through life and they're not really passionate about anything. They're not allowing themselves to feel passionate because passion is within us. Things outside of us, and I think it's going to say that a little later in the card, trigger the passion. But the passion itself resides within us. Good morning, Angie. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to anybody who I missed as I was reading part of the card. So here are the questions. Good morning, Judy. And Cindy, if you wouldn't mind posting them in the feed, I think that would be lovely. There's just a couple. What are your passions? What are your passions? Can you name them? Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Beth. I think I caught the two of you that slipped past there. What are your passions? What turns you on? What ignites that inner flame, that creative spark? I love that question. What ignites that inner flame, that creative spark. When you feel devoid of passion, consider what is missing in your life. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. When you feel devoid of passion, consider what is missing in your life. So, one of the things that I realized recently is, again, I'm kind of like my daughter. She's far more a nomad than I am, but I like to travel. I like to go places. I like to see things. I like to break out of my routine. So I'm starting to look at plane tickets to go visit my son and his significant other and my sister and her family. So just needing to go and do and move and be out there, right? It is so the answer to the question in here, when you feel devoid of passion, consider what is missing in your life. It is most likely an absence of fire in your belly, something that makes your heart beat faster and quickens your breathing. Passion is not something that comes from outside of you, although some events and circumstances can trigger it. It is an intensity of feeling, whether quietly expressed or enthusiastically expressed. So, however we put that out there, right? Yes, exactly. And our own purpose, it's going to be different for everybody, and it's going to be different across your lifespan. There may be some things about which you feel passion throughout your life, but there's going to be those things that ebb and flow depending on your stage in life, right? Passion can be simply a strong feeling, or the sensation itself can be so powerful that it motivates you to act. This is too often associated exclusively with sexuality, which is certainly one way of experiencing it, yet it limits its meaning and demeans the broader possibilities. Open yourself to the truth of what you are passionate about and find the means to express it. Okay? So I'm just going to throw some things out there because I want all of us to see the self-handicapping nature that crops up in adulthood. So let's say your passion as a kid was swimming. You were a fish. You loved being in the water. And now you're like, well, once I lose 30 pounds, then I'll get a swimsuit and then I'll go swimming. No. Do it now, do it now, do it now. Do not wait. Let finding your passion be one of the ways that helps you move into the body that you wish to dwell in. All right? Don't wait for the body to change in some arbitrary way. And if you're going to tell me, well, there aren't swimsuits big enough, I'm going to tell you garbage. You can always find things. Yes, okay, so Lucy's got passion about curling, yoga, meditation, skiing, snowshoeing. Yes. And when you exercise those passions, it doesn't just feed that area of your life. It spreads to all the other areas. So you go curling one day, you might find the next day you want to go snowshoeing because it feeds on itself, right? So other things that I've seen people be passionate about and then give up on: music, whether it's playing an instrument, whether it's singing, sports, whatever your version thereof. And one of the numbers that we've done on people in the United States is, if you're not going to be great at it, if you're not going to be an Olympic level athlete, give it up. Or if you're not going to play at Carnegie Hall, give it up. That's garbage. That is garbage. If you enjoy doing something, I don't care if you're terrible at it. If you're the worst singer there is, sing anyway, all right? Bring the joy back into your life. Passion is one of those vehicles that moves us into joy. Abigail's saying she's passionate about helping others. Yes. My caution with that with women is, are you also helping yourself in the same way? Because oftentimes women get caught in that trap of doing for others and not doing for themselves. Good morning, Paula. Welcome. So yeah, keep listing. What are the things you're passionate about? What really cranks you up? What makes you lose track of time? To me, that's a great way to measure it. What makes you lose track of time? For me, it's creative things. Like card making is one of them. Abstract painting. We'd love to see one of your paintings. If you feel the move, post one for us to look at, Carol, and that'd be awesome. What do you love to do? And again, with the physical stuff, if you say to me, I had a friend who she's deceased now, but she used to say, I loved to run like the wind as a kid. And so her body was not in the place of running like the wind anymore, but she could walk. So do that. go back into thinking about what is it like when I ran like the wind. Try that back on. Again, your brain processes that as if it's happening now. If you were told, imagine that you have a hammer in your hand and you're pounding in nails, and we had electrodes on your arm to measure, the muscle fibers would fire the same way they do when you literally hammer in nails. The body remembers, the body recreates. So if running was something you love to do, imagine, remember, be in your memories of running. Enjoy that. Judy's passionate about reading. Well, yeah, I kind of got the stacks of books. Yesterday I stacked one more book, and it now comes up under the level of the shade on the light that's sitting on the so yeah, quite a stack. And then there's a stack on the floor that's comparable, and the bookshelves and boxes of, yeah, I love books. Totally get that one. Totally get that one. What else? What do you love doing? What do you love doing? What do you love spending time doing? Also, I think for many people, they did as a kid love contemplative time. They'd sit in the sandbox and just stare off into space, or they'd sit up in a tree and just be. And again, in America, we've gotten away from that. You got to be working, you got to be doing, you got to be. Oh. Go back to that stuff. Sit on your porch with a cup of coffee. Just observe the world. See things. Be present. So lots of researching things. I love people who love to research things. My dissertation kind of spoiled me on that one because, yes, there's a curiousness. We like to know stuff. And I love Googling things, absolutely. But having to do doctoral level research really kind of soured me on research. I need to do some healing on that, I think. That would be good. Love all these things that are popping up, being out in nature. Yesterday I went, they're back to back. It's two local cemeteries. There's Riverside Cemetery and there's St. Joseph Catholic Cemetery. And so I just walked through the cemetery. Very peaceful, very quiet. I got to look at the trees that are just starting to decide it's spring. I got to look at some beautiful headstones. The monuments people put up are amazing. I'm going to choose to be sprinkled. I don't need a monument. But again, just cool being out in nature, hearing all the birds, being a detective. There you go, trying to find people. Eee! I might have to put you on my, yes, dissertation just about did you in. I totally get it. Totally get it. And then all the stuff that came before. I did a baccalaureate thesis on the aggregating behavior of Brachydanio rario, the effects of heavy metals. So basically, there was lead in the water for these little bitty zebrafish, and I spent one whole Christmas counting how many squares the fish crossed when they were in the lead water versus the regular water. Yeah. And then my master's thesis was on perceptions of Vietnam veterans who had a physical disability or PTSD. And then my doctoral dissertation was on the incidence of sexual abuse and sexual misconduct among a student population. Oy. So even the topics were tiresome and heavy and burdensome. And yeah, we need the research. We do need the research, but holy crap. So yeah, don't want to write any more papers. Really don't. So even now, writing grant applications, sometimes I get that same feeling of, oh my God, this thing is so big. Just do it. Just do it. Step at a time. What we've been working on, right? Step at a time. Baby steps. Okay, I'm going to print off this grant application. Yay me. Good enough. I did it. Did it. Absolutely. So, where are we going with this? Fire. Passion. Do you allow yourself to feel passion these days about something, about anything? Because when we stoke that fire in our belly, again, it bleeds over into all the other areas of our life. We're going to start looking a little more perky when we're passionate about something. So I want you to go back and look at these lists. Everybody's got their lists out there, and you might look at one and go, yeah, bike riding. Man, I haven't done that in years. Wonder if I could even do it anymore. Go rent a bike and try it out for a day. See what happens. Little bitty steps towards finding our passion again. You are capable of far more than you think you are, including finding your passion again. And it may be a little tweak on some of the passions that you've had in the past, or it may be a whole brand new passion that opens up. I'm glad you needed to hear this morning. Absolutely. There's a reason this card popped up. Apparently the 15 of you and me needed to hear this morning. All right. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.